Let's see, game. We live on a Wednesday. We live and lit. We live and lit. CFO game. What up? What up? What up? Hopefully everyone's having a good one out there. Today is Wednesday, right? Yeah, it's Wednesday. Wednesday, April 16th. And we got a few things to talk about as we gear up for the NFL draft, man. As we get ready. I'm excited. I know a lot of people excited. Damn, DMV, I didn't know you was free, bro. Can I end this shit and send you a link? I hate that they make it where you gotta hold on. Nah, start a poll. Damn, bro. I didn't know you was free, dog. I would shot you over the link. Nah, I can't highlight this shit. They're not gonna let me change it. My bad, bro. Hold on, let me see. Nah, I ain't want you to do that either. Hold on. All right, never mind. Over here pressing buttons. But yo, what up, Cowboy Station? What's up, my dog DMV in the building, man? What's going on with you, dog? Just vibing, man. Having a good Wednesday. You know, I get ready to hit the field. Okay, cool. All right, bro. We'll link up. I got my internet back working. You know what I'm saying? I set up my new Wi-Fi, got everything cooking back. So I was back in the studio. So I just dropped the film session on Kendall Paul out of East Texas A&M. So we back cooking with grease, man. It's crazy not having no internet in the studio. Like I was so limited on what I could and could not do. I couldn't watch I could watch film on my iPad. But my studio, that's the engine, man. You know what I'm saying? It makes things easy. I like to have all my monitors. What's up, Dave? What's going on with you, dog? PC guys, let's go Birds, man. What's up, Philly? All the Philly fans out there. I mean, you know what I'm saying? But like I've been telling people, it's short-lived, dog. It's short-lived. And also salute to Jalen Hurts. I think he got like times most influential something, you know what I'm saying, when it comes to Jalen Hurts. So I know that he's an Eagles quarterback and you're supposed to hate Jalen Hurts. I never hated Jalen Hurts. I wanted him in Dallas to be the backup quarterback. So I said when the Eagles drafted him, I wasn't going to be one of those people who were just hating on Jalen Hurts. Yeah, most influential people, man. That's major, man. So I wasn't going to be one of those people that just hate on Jalen Hurts just because he's the team he got drafted to. He can't control that shit, right? But salute to Jalen Hurts, man. Solid dude, man. I got to, of course, speak and meet Jalen at the Super Bowl. So always been a fan of him. You know what I'm saying? Always been a fan of him, even coming out of OU and also in Alabama. I'm no hater, J Tech. I mess with you, right, my guys? It's all divisional rivalry. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what it's all about. I think a lot of people lose that. Like a lot of people turn it into like blood and crips when it comes to Eagles and Cowboys, bro. I'm like, I don't know these people, and a lot of the players they rock with each other as well. So why are we ready to fight and draw blood and all like, bro? Nah, man. Like I can say, hey, I don't like their team, you know what I'm saying, or the fans. Like, and most of the time, honestly, like I started having a lot of back and forth with Eagles fans, but once I transitioned out of kind of doing like that fanboy content, like Eagles fans really don't mess with me no more. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not sure if you guys saw, me and Lord Brunson is kind of cool. We're back on speaking terms. I don't say we're cool, we're best of friends, right? But we're back on speaking terms. And there's always been a mutual respect. Like I never had no problems with LB. I actually like his work. LB kind of reminds me a little bit of myself. I won't say a lot of it, but he kind of has that grassroots content creators. You know what I'm saying? Because I think like I'm not saying it's the end all be all, right? That you have to be at games to be a content creator or even media, but you have to at least know what the hell's going on with your fan base and community. You see what I'm saying? So, like I said, me and LB, like we're back speaking, it's cool, you know what I'm saying? But I feel like LB was always someone, at least I see LB at games. You know what I'm saying? I always see LB at games. He's out front, you know what I'm saying, tailgating. So that stuff goes a long way with me. You know what I'm saying? He's outside. So salute to LB and everything that he's doing. So we back cool. He be hating on LB. No, I honestly, bro, when me and LB had our spat, I blocked LB and I didn't mention that man's name for almost 2 years. You know what I'm saying? So that's how it is for me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I can just block somebody and just move on. You know what I'm saying? So I had no animosity towards LB or anything like that. It was just like, yo, I asked him are we beefing? Are we tweeting? You said we was beefing, so ain't nothing to, you know what I'm saying? I was just like, yo, but it was just a big misunderstanding, egos getting away or whatnot. So it was just because LB got that Philly attitude. Don't worry about him. Yeah, it's just, it's that dog mentality. You know what I'm saying? Now, I respect LB for having a dog mentality because it's not fake. I know there are some content creators out there that fake that tough guy stuff, and that's not really who they are. You know what I'm saying? And we know that. So, you from Dallas? Nope, my family lives in Dallas though. And honestly, I was getting ready, prepared to move to Dallas. Because that's always been the end goal. My mom lives in Dallas. My dad lives in Dallas. All my cousins live in Dallas. My best friend lives in Dallas. So everyone lives in Dallas. So I was pretty much loading up to move to Dallas. Of course, I had to sell the wifey on it. But now since the Mavs then traded Luka for Anthony Davis, and then the Dallas Cowboys are just, what I'm saying, I really don't have no reason to move to Dallas. You know what I'm saying? Like, you really, move to Dallas right now because my teams ain't doing shit. So it's like, there ain't no point. So I might just keep my ass here in Kansas City. But we'll see. Draft countdown. Yeah, draft countdown. What's up, sis? What's up, Siddiqa? What's going on with you, sis? All right, so let's get it. So, Tyron Smith, before we jump into that real quick, man, salute to Tyron Smith. Had his retirement announcement. We all know the phenomenal left tackle Tyron Smith was and what he meant to the Dallas Cowboys, man. I love Tyron Smith. Even coming out of USC, it kind of seems like, it was just yesterday. It was a long time ago. Yeah, gold jacket Tyron, gold jacket Zach. Which will be dope if they could both go into the Hall of Fame and the Ring of Honor at the same time. I think that would be dope as hell. I think it'd be dope to put all three of them in there. That might be asking a little too much, but I think it'll be dope to put all three of them in the Ring of Honor at the same time, man. So salute to Tyron Smith. Hell, I was like, yo, hey, hold on. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to crash Tyron's retirement speech. Like, bro, since you're here in Dallas, let's sign a contract, bro, because we might need you because we ain't got no left tackle. We ain't got no left tackle right now because I ain't seen no Tyler Guyton clips that really got me feeling comfortable. So, yo, Tyron, come to Dallas and just play for 6 games, bro. Just be in case of emergency, in case something happens. You know how Jason Peters was? Hey, bro, hold on, man. This retirement speech sounds cool, but just sign like a 6-game contract. No practice, no camp, no none of that. You just be on sideline in case we need to protect Dak's blind side for a game or two. You know what I'm saying? So, but salute to Tyron Smith. The crazy thing about Tyron Smith, bro, is like he was in Dallas for almost 6 or 7 years before I ever heard his voice. You know what I'm saying? I never knew what Tyron Smith's voice even sounded like. You know what I'm saying? Because he never said nothing. You know what I'm saying? He reminded me of Preacher Man off of not Any Given Sunday, Friday Night Lights. Y'all remember Friday Night Lights, the movie Preacher Man, who never said anything, and then it was a final game. He started, you know what I'm saying? But Preacher Man, he ain't got to do no talking. Tyron Smith ain't got to do no talking. You just knew that is not who you want to deal with, man. I was able to meet Tyron Smith at the Pro Bowl a few times, man, and he's just Mr. Smith. You know what I'm saying? It's Mr. Smith. It ain't no Tyron Smith. It's Mr. Smith, bro, because I mean, he is a created monster, man. So salute to Tyron Smith, great career. He did have the injuries, but even with the injuries, first ballot Hall of Fame. Now, I will say this, not to dim the light on Tyron Smith's day, right? Because I'm happy for him. But there's one more. There is one more, Cowboys Nation, Dallas Cowboy player who gave his all to his organization, had a historical career, and he never got to say his goodbye to Cowboys Nation the proper way and be celebrated. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Zach got to do it. Romo got to do it. Witten got to do it. Sean Lee got to do it. Who else? There's a few others. I mean, he's right there. 1-day contract, and let him finally say goodbye. Now, will that happen? Probably not, right? But I feel like it would be the right thing. You know, he said it took all his players drink the Kool-Aid. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I get it. But still, man, like, you know, I still feel like, bro, there is no way you can tell the history of the Dallas Cowboys and not mention Dez, bro. He's 88. You know, he didn't get to say goodbye. You know, he had to say, you know, his last final interview with Jane Slater. You know what I'm saying? And honestly, y'all, I tell y'all, LVE did have one, didn't he? Did LVE have one? I think he did. So LVE got one. Michael Gallup didn't get one because he retired as a Raider, right? But LVE got one. LVE got one. Wow, I forgot about that. I don't think DeMarcus Ware got one. I don't think DeMarcus Ware got one. No. I'm trying to think. I don't think D Ware got one. I'm trying to think who else. I know Byron Jones didn't get one. DeMarco Murray-Curse didn't get one. It'll be interesting to see if Zeke gets one. I would probably say no for Zeke. Zeke probably won't get one. Jalen Smith didn't get one. I know for damn sure Jalen Smith didn't get one. Did Emmett get to come back and retire officially a Cowboy? Now you got me want to pull all this stuff up. You know what I'm saying? Because now I'm kind of curious, like, who got to officially retire? So I know Emmett was the Cardinals, and you know, so it's like, yeah. So, you know, if LVE got one, Dez deserves one. But will that happen? Y'all already know it's not going to happen. But he does deserve it. He 1,000% deserves it. And I tell you guys, this is before J Tuck had a channel or was doing any content or anything like that. If y'all think I'm negative now, which I don't think I'm negative, I just think that I'm holding the team accountable. Bruh, if I had a channel the day when Dez was released, it would have been all hell breaks loose. I vividly remember that day. I had to come home from work because I was so furious. Like, I was so furious about it. Because I remember I was at work and I got the alert that Dez Bryant has been released. And I lost it, y'all. I lost it. I remember I had a coworker. She said something slick on Facebook. I cussed her out on Facebook. This was a coworker. I was like, I didn't care. You know what I'm saying? Anybody could get it. You know what I'm saying? My wife knew just to leave me alone that day. You know, because like when he said like he tried to restructure his contract and they didn't even give him the chance, I was like, oh, nah. I was like, nah. If there was ever a day where I was going to be done being a Dallas Cowboys fan, that was it. That was it. Like, Mama Tuck had to talk me off the ledge. Like, I took all my Cowboys shit off my walls. Like, I was livid, man. So thank God I didn't have a channel because it would have been a 24-hour bomb session on the day that Dez got released. You know what I'm saying? And then, of course, they didn't even go get someone to fill the void in that role, and they hung Dak out to dry. And we're still doing the same shit today. All right, so, but I would like to see Dez get a farewell, but it just ain't going to happen. So now on to the draft, y'all. So we're gearing up for the draft. Yeah, I was pissed, bro. It was like the Luka trade, right? It was like the Luka trade type of impact. You know what I'm saying? It was like the Luka trade type of impact where it's just like, nah, you don't do that to somebody like that. You know what I'm saying? Not to him. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, because Dez was the life source of our organization. Like, no matter where you go, as crazy as it sounds, when Cowboys fans do this, we already know what it is. If I see any of y'all in the airport, what's up, bro? Nice hat. You know what I'm saying? And we already know. It's like symbolic. All right. So back to the draft. If Tet and Genty aren't there at 12, do you like Hampton or do you want to move down? All right. So for me, once again, PC guy, J Tuck, right? I would take Hampton at 12 and lose zero sleep at all. Now, there have been reports today that Amari Hampton is being considered as a first round pick. Yeah, duh. 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 You know what I'm saying? So now they're considering the fourth round pick. I think they're saying that he should fall no higher than or no lower than 20. Because I think the Commanders are high on him, and then also the Broncos. But yeah, it's like a breaking story today that Amari Hampton is now considered a first round pick. Like, what are we doing, bro? What are we doing? Like, okay, cool story, bro. You just need the headlines, right? But for me, would I take Hampton at 12 and lose zero sleep? I would do it. Now, I know the value chart is going to get upset. People are going to be upset with me, but I was about getting the best player. And I'm not going to try to be cute with it and play with my food and get sniped like we did last year, thinking, oh, we can trade back, get an extra pick, and still get our guy in Graham Barton. You know what I'm saying? In Graham Barton. Nah. Yeah. Now, Tet is there. If Tet's at 12, Ted Argenti, or if Travis Hunter continues to open his mouth and shoots himself in the foot, you know what I'm saying? That you get him at 12, you get him. I would move up. I would move up for Travis Hunter. I would trade the hell up for Travis Hunter because Travis Hunter, his best fit, to be honest, is the Dallas Cowboys. Because we would need a wide receiver too. He would fill that void, and we need an additional corner. Travis Hunter would have a field day in Dallas. Go out there and play 70 snaps, bro, for the low. Bro, Stephen Jones, you have a cheap two-way player that can give you two positions for the price of one on a rookie contract. Bro, Stephen Jones would play Travis Hunter until his feet fall off. You know what I'm saying? It would be the perfect situation. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, but when it comes to T-Mac, yeah, that's a Stephen Jones Dallas special, bro. 2 for 1 on a rookie deal for 5 years. Shit. Come on. Man, Stephen Jones would run to that podium. You know what I'm saying? You know the price he would trade Deron Bland, save some money there. Put Travis Hunter on the outside boundary corner, and then also have Travis Hunter playing wide receiver 2 opposite of CeeDee Lamb until his lungs collapse. Whatever. Have at it. Go play football, kid, for the low. You know what I'm saying? But I don't see that's happening. But Travis Hunter said something today where he was like, if he can't play both sides of the ball, he'll just quit playing football. I don't know, bro. Shoot yourself in the foot and try to slide at 12. You know what I'm saying? You need a gas mask. I don't give a damn if you put some assault rifles in his car or whatever. He ain't sliding at 12. You know what I'm saying? But I would love to get Travis Hunter. But going back to Tet, if Tet's at 12, I don't give a damn what your draft board says. You get him and you thank your blessings and you just move on. You really just thank you, Lord. We've been blessed. You grab Tet, you lose zero sleep, and you move on. That simple. And then you turn around and hopefully at 44, you can get Judkins, right? So Dane Brugler, let me see, pull up what Dane did, man. So look at Dane. Like, I haven't read the beast yet. I'll probably dive into it this weekend. But to be honest with you guys, like, I'm probably done with my scouting, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm not doing the big board and all that shit this year. So, you know, typically this time of the year, as we gear up, I'm like fine coning everything, right? So I'm like, if I have Carter as my overall 3, but I think Jahad Cam, like I'm trying to like figure that stuff out. But since I'm not doing that this year, I'm pretty much done with the scouting. I would probably say I got to like 216 prospects or some shit like that. You know, normally it's a lot more than that, but I didn't do the HBCU stuff. I didn't do all that. I didn't go overboard this year, to be honest with y'all. But I feel like 216 is more than enough. I can just give you prospects to be able to cover, then it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wasn't going to overstimulate myself and bust a brain vessel trying to go over 300 and 400 prospects. The year I did that, Kansas City, the draft was in Kansas City. That was the Mozzie year. I went crazy. I went crazy for that Kansas City draft because I knew I was going to be covering it. And, especially on the radio, I was like not getting sleep. I wasn't sleeping. I wasn't eating. I was losing weight and shit. And I said, nah, we're not doing that no more. But I was like a digital computer, you know what I'm saying? But I'm not, no, 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 no. Unless someone brings me on staff or something like that. But I don't need to know, HBCU. So I didn't scout any HBCU prospects this year. So Dane Brugler has Matthew Golden at 12. I'm with it. I'm not gonna turn my nose up if the Cowboys go Matthew Golden. Now, let me ask you guys this question. Let's say the wide receiver slide and Tet's on the board and the Cowboys draft Golden. How are you guys feeling? And me, honestly, I'm not mad. Even though I like Tet, I don't, like I said with DMV, I don't love him. So if the Cowboys have Golden and Tet on the board and they take Golden over Tet, I'm not mad at that by any means. Because I feel like he does fit a little bit more of what Dak Prescott likes to do versus Tet, right? But overall, I'm not tripping. HBC kids, probably like 10 or 15. Yeah, and probably like, I can always get that on the planes. Like I said, I get to Green Bay on Wednesday. So maybe like Tuesday night, I can go over HBCUs. But I mean, from by the time, it's like really no time to really, you know what I'm saying? It's not pointless. Like if I drop some HBCU players now, a lot of y'all probably wouldn't even care. Now, if we draft them, I can always just go in and, I have everything up. So, I just can I get a shout out? My name is Jack Goff. Salute to Jack, man. Welcome to the family. All right, CFO gang. Welcome, Jack. So Matthew Golden at 12, Quinshon Judkins at Ohio State at 44. Right. So, boom. First two picks, we're good. We're Gucci. Shit. What's for lunch? You know what I'm saying? Jack Goff. I got me. Kids. I was like Jack Goff. You know what I'm saying? They're slick. They're slick these days. Kids, man. Whatever. Still welcome. You're watching. You know what I'm saying? Trolling and shit. That's all these kids want to do is like troll and stuff. Like little, look to my dog Henny in the building. Salute, Tuck. Run those likes up. Share up for my guy. Appreciate you, dog. So yeah, we going over this Dane Brugler joint right now. So Matthew Golden, Quinshon Judkins, Ohio State. And then third at 76, Shamar Shamar Turner, right? We went to this whole thing like 3 days ago, 4 days ago, where we're talking about Turner and Stewart. They're like, no, it's no Turner. I'm talking about Stewart. So Shamar Turner, the defensive tackle out of Texas A&M. 3-tech guy, but he has some versatility. I like his athleticism, so I'm good there. Corey Black, cornerback at Oklahoma State, extremely athletic. I think he ran like a 4.3 or something like that. So this is kind of a faster corner, kind of a burner guy. Fidel Diggs. I like Fidel Diggs out of Syracuse. I'm kind of partial to Syracuse this year. I like a lot of their prospects, right? 4.35 for Black. So boom, right? So there's some speed, right? Get some speed out there at the cornerback position. Fidel Diggs out of Syracuse. I like Fidel Diggs. I also like their quarterback and Gadsden, and also their running back as well. So, Syracuse, they definitely have some talent out there. I definitely like Fidel Diggs. Cody Simon from Ohio State, linebacker, is a guy that I talked about a lot. We guys probably mocked him 1,000 times doing your mocks on PFF, so I do not mind that when Cody Simon. Jordan Hancock, Ohio State. So he gives you that versatility of playing like cornerback / safety. So he gives you that versatility. So it kind of makes sense. Now, the only reason I would probably maybe scoff a little bit at this draft, just slightly, because he took Corey Black, corner. He took Jordan Hancock, who has that versatility for cornerback and safety. And then the next round, he took Kyton Crawford, who was another out of Nevada safety, who kind of gives you that hybrid feel. So, I mean, that's a lot of secondary help. So what are you trying to say, Dane? Like, what are you trying to say, bro? You know what I'm saying? So a lot of secondary help. Hayden Connor, guard out of the University of Texas. Solid guard. Watched him a lot because he played next to, my center. And then also played next to... I'm getting these names all mixed up. Kelvin, right? The tackle, right? Who was a 30th visit for Dallas Cowboys. And then, Okay, Dane. This is why I tweeted, Dane. All right, I see you, bro. I see you. He has at 247, my offensive tackle, who I've spoken about a lot on this channel, is Big Jack Nelson out of Wisconsin. When it comes to Jack Nelson, is he the most athletic? No, right? But he has the size, and this fool is just mean. He's just an asshole. He's just mean. You know what I'm saying? So he's a big, physical, nasty offensive tackle that if you get him in the 7th round and you can coach him up, you might got you something there in Jack Nelson. Yeah, Jake Majors is my center out of Texas, who Hayden Connor played next to. Duh. Overall, I'm perfectly fine. If you walk out the draft with Matthew Golden, Quinshawn Judkins, and Shamar Turner as your first 3 picks, I'm cool, bro. I'm going to lunch. I'm going to get some cheese curds or whatever they eat in Wisconsin, and y'all got the rest. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like you would get 2 starters, right? Golden and Judkins. Shamar would be rotational. And then, you have Corey Black can kind of work his way in. Fidel be rotational. Maybe Cody Simon can take in. You have Jordan Hancock, Crawford, special teams guy can move up. Connor can kind of be in the rotation, and Jack can be in the rotation as well. What round for Harold Fannin for the Cowboys or just in general? I would probably say third, second or third. Right, it depends on how quick the tight end branches pull, because you'll probably have either Tyler Warren or Loveland pulled. I think that's a good conversation piece. Yeah, you could have 2 tight ends go in the first round. Yeah, you'll probably have 2 tight ends go in the first round. Possibly, I can see that. 2 tight ends in the first round. So then that'll probably put Harold as the next man up. So he'll probably be 2nd round, I would probably say. He'll probably go, because I feel like he's the 3rd wide receiver in this year's class. But I think if Warren goes early, I saw my friends who cover the Jets, they're talking about taking Tyler Warren. So if he goes, top 10, Loveland will probably go top 20, 25, and then it'll probably be for Harold Fannin. So I'll probably say 2nd or 3rd round for Fannin. Cowboys for life. What's up, ABM Sports? What's going on with you, big dog? So yeah, man, we're talking a little draft here, but overall, I am not too upset with what Dane Bruglers said. Like I said, I haven't gotten to the beast yet. I'll probably do that this weekend. But I'm coasting, man. I'm coasting. And for me personally, it's like draft season kicks up for me. And that's why I did it so early. I mean, 1, the Cowboys wasn't doing shit, but 2, it was like I didn't want to be rushing, right? As we kind of gear for, the draft, it's like, nah, I can kind of, so this is why I was like on Amari and Hampton way back in October, and some of these prospects like way back in October, because I was already doing the work, and plus I was there. Now, there was another thing that DMV had sent me, and I might do this as an in-studio show as well, but I want to kind of talk about this because that we better draft Ted. If he's there, you know what I'm saying? If he's there, it's going to be hard to pass up on him. But I wanted to go through, where did DMV send this? Also, man, the boy's been back in the gym. I think that's probably why I've been so positive and feeling good, because I'm getting my strength back after my injury, and I bench, 305 today, like 6 times, repped it with no spot. You know what I'm saying? So we're starting to get back to work, Tuck. You know what I'm saying? So I've been got up this morning, ran my 3 miles. Knee is feeling good. Strength is coming back. Weather is getting nice. I'm about to go out for a walk here shortly with my wife and my family. So I'm in good spirits right now. That's why Tuck is being all fucking chipper and shit. But, and we got the draft coming up. All right, so what's up, Angie? What's going on with you? So, what DMV had sent me was the CBS Sports, and it kind of has like a 32 or 30 visit tracker for all 32 teams. And you can see that the Arizona Cardinals. So the Arizona Cardinals brought in Will Johnson, Anthony Belton, Shamar Stewart, Cam Scatterbo, Keandre Lambert out of Auburn, Ty Robinson, Walter Nolan. So you can kind of get a who the hell? Fight me. Trolls, dog. These trolls. These trolls. These trolls. These trolls. These trolls. All right. So, anyways, but as I was scrolling through this list, right, whether it's the Buffalo Bills, Carolina Panthers, let me see. Was he even on Kansas City? All right, he wasn't on Kansas City. All right. What has me scratching? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. What has me scratching my head right now? And I'm probably going to just message him like, yo, bro, what's going on? You know what I'm saying? Talk to me. Because, I mean, we talk, but not too much, right? I am not seeing Devin Neal on any of these visit lists. I'm scrolling. The Chargers, Rams, nothing. Right? Miami Dolphins, Vikings. Nope. Patriots. Nah. I am not seeing Devin Neal on any of these 30 visit lists. And I know that these NFL scouts are not going to be goofy enough to feel like Devin Neal isn't a top running back prospect in this year's class. I see RJ Harvey. I see a lot of RJ Harvey, right? Because remember those scouts told me at the combine, RJ Harvey was probably going to go undrafted. It's like, you out your damn mind, bro. You were out your damn mind. And that's what I was telling DMV when it came to the scouts. But yeah, I am not seeing Devin Neal on not one of these 30 visit lists, which has me scratching my head, right? So what could it be, Tuck? It's like I was telling you guys at the combine. His visit list is not publicly available, might be an agent thing. Yeah, it has to be something, right? It has to be something, because I'm like, bro, Kansas City, like, not his name did not appear. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of interesting for me. Like, are they hiding something or what, you know what I'm saying? But for me, if I'm an agent, why do I want to hide my players' 30 visit list? Unless you're trying to aim, like, bro, I'm trying to let everybody know you're a hot commodity. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to put you out there like, no, you had 15, 30 visits. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not trying to hide it unless there's a strategy in place, but I'm not trying to be strategic and keep shit quiet so the Chiefs can snag me in the 4th round, bro. That's not my fault, bro. I'm trying to put it out there that my client is a top prospect. You see what I'm saying? So now here is the one thing I just putting on Jay Tuck antennas, right? Like you guys said, he ran all over Colorado that day. He's ran all over the Big 12. So a lot of people got familiar with Devin Neal, that Colorado game, but he's been doing that his entire career. I've been lucky enough to see it, covering the Kansas Jayhawks. But the one thing that kind of gives me, could something be up, right, is that when I was at the combine, and what happens is they have all the players have their medicals, right? Players have their medicals first, and then they'll come out to the podium at their designated time, right? But there was 3 players that were drastically delayed, and probably what happened is the medical teams, they were examining the shit out of them, right? So Benjamin Morrison, the cornerback out of Notre Dame, right? He was supposed to have been out like super early. Benjamin Morrison came out so damn late. Like, I was pretty much leaving the area, and I happened to look back and like, oh, Benjamin Morrison finally coming out. Right? I was like, all right, let me go talk to him real quick. You know what I'm saying? So he was like late, like almost 2 hours late. Okay. The same thing happened with Devin Neal. The same thing happened with Devin Neal where, because I was there, like I was the only person there for Devin Neal, and he was supposed to come out with the first team. And I was like, standing at the podium. So that's why I didn't get to interview Genty or Hampton, because he was supposed to come out to the podium with the same team with Hampton, Genty, I think Caleb Johnson, and Devin Neal. So I was like, you know what? Everybody's going to get Genty. You know, everyone was lined up around Amari Hampton, but shit, I'm here for Devin Neal. Well, I'm standing there. Devin Neal doesn't come out. I'm like, what's going on? You know what I'm saying? So I'm talking to the guy, like, hey, like, oh yeah, he's like, oh yeah, he might be out shortly. All right, cool. And then I talked to somebody like, yo, can you at least watch my bag for a little bit at this podium? So if he comes out and come back, and like, yeah. So he watched my bag. So that's when I went and talked to Amari and Hampton, and I talked to some of the other running backs. You know what I'm saying? I just left my bag there, right, in front of Devin Neal's podium. All right, so first group goes out, second group comes in. So where is Devin Neal, right? Cam Scatterbo comes, like all these players are coming out. So once again, I was taking my equipment down, you know what I'm saying, taking my stuff down, unclipping my mic. And the guy was like, yeah, I don't think he's coming out today. I was like, all right, that's odd, right? We're at the combine. And then I just saw him come out the back, right? And then he goes to the podium. So I'm not sure if there's something medically with Devin Neal. I don't believe so, but it could be. But from a player's standpoint, y'all, there should be absolutely no reason why he is not 30 visited up. He's not 30 visited up. Like, he should be one of those ones. Like, if you have, for me, I had it as the core three, where it was Genty, Hampton, Johnson, but I'm pushing Judkins in that first cluster. I would not be shocked if Judkins jumps up and maybe goes early second or maybe late first, right? So I kind of got that tender of Genty, Hampton, Johnson, Judkins. And then that second tier is where you get to Henderson, Harvey, Sampson, and Devin Neal. Like that's the next cluster for me personally, right? So I don't see a situation where he could be undrafted or fall to day 3 unless there's something medically that we don't know. But I was just going through this list, y'all, and I'm just like, where the hell is Devin Neal? I was like, where is he? You know, I see Luther Burden all over this shit, though. Yeah, Luther Burden was on a world tour. Matthew Golden's on a world tour. Nick Manowari to Philly would be scary. Shit. Harold Fannin on San Francisco. 49ers had my guy Kobe Bryant, cornerback, come in. Let's see here. Azariah Thomas, Wanye's brother, was with Pittsburgh. Ooh, that would be dope. Pittsburgh. Let's see who the ops had. So Eagles had Josh Connerly Jr. out of Oregon, tackle. Anthony Belton tackle at NC State. Marcus Imbo out of Purdue. Jalen Travis out of Iowa State. I like Jalen Travis. He's a young gunner, but he has some upside potential. Last night I bought when Dez got cut. I stopped buying jerseys. That was going to be the end game. That probably would have been the end game for me, BP. You know what I'm saying? Eagles had Jaden Blue out of Texas. Need another running back. Elijah Roberts, Philly fans, if you're watching, that's y'all, right? That fits y'all. Donovan Ezekuru out of Boston College. Charles Grant, William & Mary. Tyler Barron, Maxwell Harrison. TJ Sanders, Trey Amos, Shamar Turner as well. Olawafemi Oladejo out of UCLA. I think that the Cowboys are kind of scouting him heavily too. Tyleik Williams, Nick Scorton, Texas A&M. Terrence Ferguson, Oregon. Jalen Smith, my guy out of USC. And also Donovan Jackson. So, keep an eye on Philly. Keep an eye on the ops. That's what I was doing. I was op watching. Giants had Mbu Shador, Cam Ward, Quinshawn Judkins, Elijah Arroyo, Jalen Milroe, Adil Carter, Amari Hampton, Tyler Shaw. I like Tyler Shaw. Ollie Gordon, Josh Farmer, Florida State, Jordan Clark out of Notre Dame, and Andrew Bakuba. And who the Commanders had? Washington had. Washington had Josh Connerly out of Oregon, Gerald Christian, Litchison out of Oklahoma State, Owalafimi, UCLA, Quincy Riley. I like Quincy Riley. Jonas Sanker out of Virginia, Trey Harris, Ja'Cory Crossett Merritt, Jalen Smith, Aston Gillette, and they got Trey Harris on here twice, right? So check out all the scoop. I'm sitting back listening while I'm work. Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. So when I was there, Devin Neal was one of the last ones to come out. So because I wouldn't sit down. You know what I'm saying? Because one at the combine, y'all know they had me walking, and then when you're at these podiums, it's just like boom, boom, boom. You know what I'm saying? So you're just standing all day. So when they told me Devin Neal wasn't coming, I was like, bro, let me go grab a seat. You know what I'm saying? I went grab a seat and sit down. You know what I'm saying? And then he came out. So maybe they're keeping it secretive. I forgot who his agency is. Did he sign with Nicole Lynn as well? Who's Jalen Hurts' agent? Let me see. I know he signed with somebody major. Let me see here. Let me see. Who did he sign with? Devin, yeah. Was it First Family? So his agent is Tommy Williams. Yeah. Yeah, okay. So I think they're with First Family. Like, all these little agencies are like gangs. They're like gangs. Actually, let me follow this man on Twitter, bro. Let me see. Is this his agent? Nah. He's just a Bears guy. All right, cool. So yeah. So interesting to see, how that's all gonna translate. But the main knock from a football perspective when it comes to Devin Neal is that people are concerned about his long speed, but I really don't care about that. A lot of people say, oh, he's not really a receiver. That is not the case, right? He wasn't utilized as a wide receiver in this year's offense. So if you guys watch my Tyler Warren film, right, the one thing I talked about was Coach Andy K, who went to Penn State. Like Coach K, bro, he is I don't know what the hell he be on, but his playbook is out of this world, right? So he's able to be like an evil genius. Like he's an evil genius when it comes to play calling and play design. So when he left, our new offensive coordinator, and I forgot his name. I think they got rid of him because I think they pulled the play calling. He didn't know how to utilize Devin Neal as a wide receiver. If you go through my tweets when I was at the games, I'm like, bro, why don't you just give him the ball in the backfield and use him as a wide receiver? But they just never did it until it was too late. Like the Colorado game was like, okay, now you want to do it. So they never really utilized him in that capacity, but he can definitely do it because he did it seasons prior. And when I asked him about that at the combine, he even said, it's like, listen, I was just able to do what they were, asking me to do, but I have showcased those skills. So he definitely has reliable hands, pass pro vision. Like Devin Neal, like I said, y'all, he reminds me, it's eerie because I kind of watched them both, right? As a Florida State fan, he reminds me a lot of Dalvin Cook. And when he said that, he mirrored his game, monitored his game, modeled his game after Dalvin Cook. I was like, that makes sense, man. Run those wide zone schemes. It's a zone runner, very patient, and with a crease, simple cut, he's gone. Now, is he blazing fast? No, but he does have, you're not going to catch me ability. So I definitely like Devin Neal. He's a bigger back too, complete size. Now, my thing when it comes to Devin Neal is, when would they get call him, right? And DMV had said this as well. Bro, yo, Taz, dog, we appreciate you rocking with us, but you gotta chill, dog, with the Joe Milton Dak shit, bro. Like, I'm not sure, right? Because I know we're kind of improv live screaming, and sometimes people just want to have fun. But if you want to find a community where you can just be goofy and silly and play around, this probably isn't the spot for you, respectfully, right? So I know some content creators where I can refer you to, and you can go be silly and goofy and stuff over there, but we don't do that goofy shit over here, dog. Like, so either you're gonna sit here and learn football, or we gonna get you up out of here, dog. Like, I get it. You don't like Dak and you like Joe Milton or whatever the fuck you're talking about, bro, but we got shit to do. You know what I'm saying? We working. Like, we'll play. There'll be some days when we log on and play. But as of right now, bro, we're working. We're focusing on the draft. So either you tap in and focus with us, or you're gonna have to see the exit. All right. Um, all right, what's good, my dog Lou in the building, man? Somebody tuck, damn, I jump in and do in the chat tripping, bro. It's just an everyday thing, man. Like, people just want to get seen. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't have to be goofy for me to acknowledge your questions. All you gotta do is post a question. I mean, I'm gonna see it. It's not like you gotta turn backflips and shit for me to see and be goofy, bro. Like, damn. All right, so I think someone saw it. So cornerbacks look at in this draft. Ooh, glad you asked. So when it comes to cornerbacks, right? There are some quality guys, right? There's a lot of quality guys in this draft. What the hell just happened? Boom. A lot of quality guys. Now it depends on what type of corner you are looking for. Now I think for a lot of people, it's more of a boundary type corner. Now, will the Cowboys look for a boundary guy since they just brought in and traded for Kyer Elam? We'll have to see. But for me, outside of Travis Hunter, because he's gone, right? I think that Will Johnson is a very pure corner, right? Even though he didn't run and do all he getting his measurables right, I feel like Will Johnson is a pure corner. Also, Siobhan Revel, I do like him as a player, but I'm not taking no ACL guys. You know what I'm saying? I'm not taking no ACL guys. I can't. Not now. If he's sitting there, if we had a fourth, maybe I would risk it, but I'm not doing another Jalen Smith situation where you take a guy, let him fully rehab this year. You might get a good quality corner. Just not right now. Not right now. I can't take that risk. So do you have Jade Barron? Barron's going to be a first rounder. So if you're going to get him, you probably have to pull the trigger at 12, which I personally wouldn't do. Azariah Thomas, love him out of Florida State. Wang Ye's little brother. I mean, this kid is phenomenal, y'all. I got to watch him at Florida State, and he's still young as hell. He is super young. I think he just turned 21, so he's super young with upside potential. If Dan Quinn was still here, Dan Quinn would love him. Like, he has, I know Dan Quinn. Like, me and Dan Quinn are like this, right? If there was a prospect, I'd say, yo, DQ, there's your dog, right? If I was on Dan Quinn's scouting team, I said, listen, that's your guy right there. That is all you. That's everything that you like to do right there. So Thomas, Trey Amos out of Ole Miss, another phenomenal guy. So you got some size of your corners. Another guy who I really like, who I've been talking about, is out of Iowa State. So Darian Porter out of Iowa State. Love him. Very solid man corner. He's a lock, right? He's a lock. And I really like him, to be honest with you. I'm not sure where his visits were. Then you also have Dorian Strong out of Virginia Tech. I think someone said Quincy Riley. I think someone said in the chat, Quincy Riley. Lou, I do like Benjamin Morrison. It's just with the injury stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, they was running his medicals to death. And I think he had a hip injury, right? That happened in playoffs. Darian Porter hasn't been talked about at all by most during the draft cycle. Again, I don't understand why not. Like, Darian Porter, he's a lock, bro. And he had a real good combine as well. So I really haven't been paying attention to corner earlier on in the draft, but now, I'm kind of, leaning towards it. But yeah, Darian Porter has had a hella good combine, you know? So yeah, former wide receiver. So he has solid hands, 6'4". So maybe that because they're saying his frame is too long. But me personally, I like Porter, man. I like Porter. I love Darian Porter. Um, let's see here. Yeah, so it was a hit for Benjamin Morrison. Yeah, so hip injury. I just can't take flyers on guys with injuries right now. You know what I'm saying? I just can't take a flight on guys with injuries right now. Now's not the time for that. Um, so that's where I'm personally at. Um, but yeah, good quality corners. I saw someone who mentioned it earlier. Let's see here. Oh my God, common sense says Tucky got me one in K Paul. Bad, bro. I told you guys, man. I told you guys when it comes to KP. Like a lot of people, when it came to KP, thought, oh, Tuck is just reaching and he's just finding some random no name to toss out there. Absolutely not, y'all. When I got a hold of KP's film, like I said, I wasn't even watching KP, right? But he just jumped the hell up off of it. And y'all saw in the film session, I was like, who is this? I said, what is this? I literally could have went, that video I did today could have been a whole lot longer. You know what I'm saying? It could have been a whole lot longer, but it wasn't like, oh, Tuck just found some unknown draft diamond and hit him up on Instagram and brought him on his show to talk about his draft journey. Absolutely not. When I watched KP's film, I said, who the fuck is this? What is this? What is this? What is that? Is he draft eligible? What is this flying all around? And you guys saw it, bro. He had what, 55, 60 tackles this year, right? This past year, can play free safety, ran a 4.2, fluid hips, can play man coverage. He's feisty. He fights. If I was to slap an Alabama sticker on KP's helmet, the whole conversation changes about this kid. The whole conversation changes about this kid if I slap an Alabama logo on his helmet. And honestly, I never asked KP this, but I'm really surprised that no college scout had found him and tried to get him in the portal. We could have used him at Florida State. You know what I'm saying? So I have to ask him. I talked to him this morning before because like I wanted just talk to him before I was dropping the film session on him finally. I should have did a long time ago. But I'm surprised no major universities saw. I mean, they probably wasn't just paying attention, right? They probably just wasn't paying attention. But there is no way he could have helped us at Florida State. He'd have been playing next to Wanye's brother at Florida State. You see what I'm saying? So, I just feel like for him, it's going to be his size. I'm not sure what his weight is as of right now, and his height. But as you guys clearly see, that was just the film. I let the film do the talking. He's on go, right? So I saw someone say the cornerback he featured earlier in the video, what round do you see him going? Not named in Dallas, or do you see him as a UDFA? I see him probably as a 6th, 7th round or a UDFA, right? But originally, I thought he was probably going to be a UDFA, which he still might be, right? Depending on how the draft falls, because there's a lot of quality corners. But I'm telling you guys, I've seen the messages. Since he ran that 4.2, there's been teams all over him now. He's getting messages from everywhere. Eagles, San Fran, Denver, New Orleans, Cowboys, so it's no longer a cute little secret. Now, if he would have ran like a 4.4 or something like that, we would have probably been able to scrape him through. But as of right now, you might, if you're sitting at 7th round, you might. You might. It's 4.2 speed. He can play inside corner, outside corner. He'll probably play inside in the NFL, right? But he also can play free. He's a tackler. He's a special teamers, and he also can return. So just off of that shit alone, someone might just say, yeah. You know what I'm saying? So you might have to grab him in the 7th. I would probably say a 7th rounder. But like I said, when he had his Dallas local day, I was FaceTiming him. I was kind of talking to him, seeing how things were going. And he's like, yeah, man, things went good, man. And Salute to Law was out there. So he got me some clips, kind of see how he was moving. It looked good. And I was FaceTiming KP. And somebody from the Dallas Cowboys staff said, hey, we want to talk to you upstairs. And I was like, all right, bro. Shit, I'll let you go do your thing, dog. So I talked to him this morning. He's like, bro, I'm not going to let you down. Thank you for believing in me. And I was like, listen, KP, bro, don't worry about me. Tuck is going to be okay. You ain't got to prove nothing to me. You know what I'm saying? You go out there and prove to yourself and prove to the world that you have this gift and put your gifts on display, bro. Don't worry about Tuck. You know what I'm saying? I'm cool, bro. You know what I'm saying? So even if something doesn't happen, you don't get a chance to play in the league, I am perfectly fine because at the end of the day, I trust my film and I love the player that I watch. He was one of the most fun players I had scouting this year. So don't even worry about me, bro. You go out there when you get your opportunity, just make the most out of it. So I would probably say 7th round for him or a UDFA, but you could be pushing it with a UDFA because it might be some situation where, let's say a team has like 2 or 3 like 7th round picks or some weird shit. That's special team territory. That's just athlete territory. 4-2, speedy, versatile, safety ability, corner ability, return ability. Shit, why not? You know what I'm saying? So it's a KP. Would be very cool to see someone drafted out at A&M Commerce. There has been somebody. So there's a player who went to the Dolphins. What is his name? I forgot his name. Hold on. And Commerce. He plays for the Dolphins. He plays corner. Actually, it's like like I said, so Drew is his school teammate. Andrew Armstrong. That's how I got watching KP in the first place because Henny was putting me on Andrew Armstrong, who was a wide receiver, who was also a 30 visit for the Cowboys, who played for Arkansas. Well, he transferred from A&M. Saying so that's how I was watching Andrew Armstrong, the wide receiver, kind of seeing like, okay, who was he before he got to the SEC? And then all of a sudden I said, hold on, bro. Hold on. What do we got here? Let's see here. It got who it got? What's his name? What is his name? Plays for the Dolphins. I forgot his name. But yeah, there's a few. Harvey Martin. Didn't Harvey Martin go to Texas A&M Commerce? Let's see. So yeah, let's see. So they had okay, it wasn't corner, right? Levy Drake Rodriguez, he went as a 7th rounder last year to the Minnesota Vikings. So he had defensive lineman. So he was a defensive lineman that went to the Vikings. And I thought there was another one that went to the Dolphins, but I think he was a UDFA, right? So they do got some talent. Luis Perez from A&M Commerce. Cornerback or safety? I think initially he'll be an inside corner. He'll be an inside corner. He'll be an inside corner probably. But I think with this ability, it really depends on the team, right? For us, I wouldn't mind him playing on the inside corner, playing the slot. I wouldn't mind him playing there. Like I said, he likes to tackle, right? Now, of course, right? That's not SEC talent. That's not Big 12 talent. That's not, ACC talent that he's playing against. But I just see football players, man. That's just, I don't know if that's my wizard senses, right? But when I see a football player, I just see a football player. And I think that's the one thing that really separates some of the draft content that I do versus some others, which, what works for you works, perfectly fine. Continue to do it. But for me, if I see a football player, that's the first blinking light that goes off for me. If I see physicality, if I see heart, if I see effort, if I see will, desire, play after play after play, I don't give a damn about your hand size, right? I don't give a damn about your RAS score or damn about your competition. I just see a football player. You know what I'm saying? The other stuff, you can't fix it, right? I can't make him grow, right? I can't make him grow, right? But a player that's gonna give me 100% every play, shit, sign me up. Sign me up. A player that's viewed as undersized and 5'9", I think it's like 170, something like that, 175, give or take, but doesn't give a damn, gonna come downhill, ready to tackle, backs, come off the edge, can process. Give me that. Give me that. Give me that. Give me that. Let's see here. So Jalen Noel. So I like Jalen Noel. So when it comes to the wide receivers out of Iowa State, for me personally, it's a thin line. It's a thin line between Higgins and Noel. It's razor thin for me. Now, Noel is the more shiftier guy, right? And Higgins is the bigger X wide receiver. But as far as Dallas would go, I think Noel would probably be the better fit. But I like them both. But you're talking about from a Dallas perspective, I would probably lean towards Noel because he kind of uses that Brandon Cooks role, right? They get Brandon Cooks role. The ball broke up on a taller wide receiver reaching through the wide receiver's hands to yank the ball to the ground. Really did it for me, as well as bringing the heat on those tackles. Yes, sir, straight fire for that, bro. Yep, exactly. I always tell you guys, right, as a cornerback, you can win at the line of scrimmage, you can win on the route, right, or you can make a play on the ball, you know. So, yeah, he definitely went out there and, he's scrappy, man. He's like, he reminds me a lot of Asante. Now, he's not the ball hawk that Asante was, right, but shit, Asante's DNA, right? But it's just that confidence, right? And sometimes these players who are undersized, like even like going back to Ivan Pace, if I'm an undersized linebacker or undersized whatever, it's nothing new. It's nothing new. It's not like I woke up one day and all of a sudden I'm undersized. You've probably been undersized from little league to middle school to high school to college. And so you can adapt to that. And some players adapt. Denzel Ward, adapt, right? Asante Samuel, adapted. Him and his father adapted, right? Jair Alexander, even going back to, like I said, Nick Bolton, Ivan Pace, right? They've been small their entire lives. But can you play football and can you adapt? Some of these guys do. A lot of them do because they have that Byron Jones, right? They have that chip on their shoulder. They've been told they're small. Remember when Devontae Smith was coming out in the draft, right? And everybody was talking about BMI. Oh, I don't like Devontae Smith's BMI. His BMI is too small. He won't be able to survive at the NFL level. His BMI, his body mass index. You're talking about the Heisman winner. You're talking about the Heisman winner. You know what I'm saying? We're talking about the Heisman winner. I'm sure he can handle being a smaller wide receiver just fine. Now, for some players, it does impact them, right? What was the corner that went to the Commanders? What was his name? Forbes, right? Was it Man? Not Manuel, was Forbes. Manuel Forbes, right? The smaller, thinner corner, right? That happens, right? But some of these players, they can adapt and they're perfectly fine. And another player who I felt like is being slighted. One second, y'all. Hold on. All right. A player that's Manuel Forbes, right? A player that's being slighted who, because of his size, but when you turn on the tape, he's a pure baller, is Tez Johnson out of Oregon. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get it. Tez Johnson's a smaller, he's 5'9". So Tez is what? 5'9", 154. So Tez is smaller than KP, I think. Right? But at the end of the day, he's a baller. He's a baller. I would take Tez Johnson in Dallas and give him his wide receiver coach in Junior Adams and get right back to work. How about, because if you're a smaller corner, the only time that really comes into play is if you're allowing corners to get up in you and play physically and press you, right? But you can mask that. You can put wide receivers in motion. You can give them free releases by going in bunch formations. Like you can do all these certain, you can put them in the slot. Like you could do all these different things when it comes to being a smaller wide receiver per se. So you can mask it. You're not going to line Tez Johnson out on a boundary to get pressed by Jalen Ramsey all damn game. No. You're going to move them in motion, line them up in the backfield, put them in the slot, get free releases. This is not complicated football, y'all. Not complicated football. The kid from Vanderbilt, Quincy Skinner Jr., smaller wide receiver, was the little Des Bryant. We should take on the kid if any round. They grab on him. What comes with Skinner, there's also another Skinner from Kansas as well. I think that he'll be a UDFA, right? I feel like with these wide receivers, you're going to get a lot of quality UDFAs, right? A guy that comes to mind is someone that I really like, but he's a smaller wide receiver, is Jalen Lane out of Virginia Tech, right? I feel like Jalen Lane can probably be a good UDF grab. Now, they better not disrespect Kobe Hudson like that. You also have Pat Bryant, right, and Zachary Franklin at wide receiver. You also, a lot of people talk about Luther Burton, but he also had his counterpart, Theo Weiss, on the other side as well. You have Rock Taylor out of Memphis. They don't. Ricky White out of UNLV. Torrey Horton will get drafted. He better get drafted. I think Ty Felton gets drafted, right? But when it comes to this wide receiver class, there's going to be a lot of good quality. Dog, what the fuck is wrong with these people? Good quality wide receivers available. Hold on, let me see if I can do something, y'all. Hold on, let me see if I can do this. Hold on. I don't know why YouTube won't let you do this except only on desktop but not mobile. Hold on. Let me see. Yeah. Jimmy Horn can be good. There's so many quality wide receivers that I feel like the UDFA market in this year's class is going to be phenomenal, y'all. From a running back perspective, cornerback perspective, and then also a wide receiver perspective. Yeah, Ricky White, UNLV, Kobe Hudson. Yeah, I love Kobe Hudson. I don't know. Like, would Kobe Hudson get disrespected and not get drafted at all? I mean, if I'm sitting in a situation where I see Kobe Hudson as an undrafted, I am paying him whatever he is asking for, because you give me a pissed off, he's already pissed off as it is. You know what I'm saying? He's already pissed off as it is because he feels like he's being slighted, right? But the kid got it, man. You guys know weirdly, I guess, because I'm a Big 12 guy, I watch a lot of UCF football. I love UCF players, man. I love their offense. They had one of the most explosive offenses in college football. He played next to Javon Baker. Him and Javon Baker were explosive. RJ Harvey. They got a lot of talent. So yeah, I love Kobe Hudson. Would you take a shallow draft pick? I think for Dallas standpoint, it would be cool because you get the Sanders effect, right? Without getting Shador. And it could be a situation where he could be like a UDFA. Now, the one thing I will say about Shiloh, he'll come down and hit. Now, in coverage, he's limited. Athletically, I think he's a little limited. But shit, he'll come down and hit, So I feel like that's a guy that if you get special teamers, gunner, start off right there, doing those types of things. Yeah, he's like a Donald. I think Donald's a little bit more athletic than Shiloh. But yeah, he'll come down and hit. Now, it's going to come down to Matt Eberflus is that something you're even looking for? Because, of course, when it comes to the safety, right, you got Wanye, you got Bell. But outside of that, what are you going to do with Donovan? What you going to do with Malik Hooker? So you could get a little bit youthier. But like I'm saying, even with KP or some of these hybrid corner/frees, you can draft and kind of get the best of both worlds, no R. Kelly, right? That can play corner, but also play free, and maybe you move on from Malik Hooker. Andrew Armstrong and Torrey Horton are my day three guys. I like Andrew Armstrong. I know that's Henny's guy. Me personally, I lean towards Torrey Horton. I feel like Torrey Horton could be the steal of the draft. I feel like Torrey Horton, he feels Will McClay-ish to me, very Will McClay-ish to me, right? Guy who had an injury but bounced back, but has big ceiling ability, but kind of being pushed back. This will probably be where Will McClay sits up in his chair a little bit and be like, I got us one. I got us one. I mean, we all remember that game when we stayed up to damn near 3 in the morning watching him and Travis Hunter go out of it. Torrey Horton's one of those ones. He is one of those ones. I love Torrey Horton. I might be able to get to his film. Let's see, today's Wednesday. I might be able to get to his film on Torrey Horton. So, yeah. What's up, bro? What's up, bro? Tuck, UCF lost their coach. They use their coach to get a new coach? Yeah. But I think they're trying to build in UCF. They have some talent, you know. Even the tackle that I had on the other night, right? Mary Knight, right? Transferred from, or Kite, transferred from Alabama to UCF. Like, if you watch Mary play, he plays a lot like Terrence Steele. He plays a lot like Terrence Steele. So he could be another guy out of UCF. And he also had their corner, was it McWilliams out of UCF? So another corner. So UCF has some talent. I can see Torrey Horton, Colorado State, being that guy for sure. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Tuck, what are you doing for the draft? So I will be at the draft. I will get to, I forgot what it's called, right? But Wisconsin, Green Bay, Wisconsin. I will be there Wednesday. So Wednesday, I'll probably just get to the hotel room. We'll probably just go live. Shit, we might go live all day. I think I get there. I haven't looked at my flight. I get there like in the morning, sometime like 11 or so. So we'll just probably just talk draft all fucking Wednesday. And then Thursday, I'll get to Lambeau, get set up. And so we'll do a pre-draft show on here. And then as of right now, I'm just going to be popping in and out of channels, right? So I know Cowboys Can fan, they want me to pop on. My guys from the UK wants me to pop on. Boss wants me to pop on. So if you guys want me to pop on your shows, let me know, because I'll probably just be free roaming on Thursday and also Friday. And then I will be back in town for day 3. And I'll probably just sit here and vibe and watch day 3 of the draft. Jack. Oh, hold on. Let's see. I thought I saw something for Lou. You got another Jack Nelson type sleeper for me, O-line or D-line? Okay, Lou. All right, O-line. Let me bless you. All right, so Jack Nelson is one. All right. I'm not sure if you're going to count him as sleeper, Lou, but go look at my guy Logan Brown out of KU. But also they also have my guy Bryce Caballero out of Kansas as well. So look at those two. You already know about Amari. Let's see here. Also, let me see another sleeper. Cameron Williams, right? We already talked about him out of Texas. So I would say probably those are my. Go check out my KU guys. That's at tackle. Let's see, guards. I know you like the interior. Let's see here. I saw someone mention Willie Lampkin. He's another guy who's going to get slighted because of his size, but he's a beast. He likes to move stuff. Charles Grant out of William & Mary. You might be familiar with him. Luke Kandra out of Cincy. And then also, let's see here. I think that's about it as far as like sleepers. And then defensive tackle, I got queued up for you. I'm trying to think who sleepers. We pretty much talked about all these guys, right? Harrison Hunter out of SMU. That's another name that I really like. Lou out of SMU. Joshua Farmer, Florida State. Let's see here. I really like J.J. Pegas out of Ole Miss too. He had a really good combine. I liked him. And let's see, that's about. And then Ty Robinson, the physical freak out of Nebraska. I think someone's been mentioning him as well. Yeah, Frost was at Nebraska. So that's defensive tackle. Edge, where I personally, this is where I separate for a lot of people. I don't think edge is a real massive priority. Now, of course, you can always use edge rushers, but me personally, I feel like the interior is more a priority than the edge, right? But a guy I really like off the edge is Braden Swinson out of LSU. I really like Braden Swinson out of LSU. Already talked about film session on Elijah Roberts out of SMU. And you want a sleeper, Lou? I'll give you guys a sleeper. And I don't think people talked about him because he's short. He's short now, you know what I'm saying? For all my, you know what I'm saying, for my height requirement guys out and girls out there, he's short. But check out David Walker out of Central Arkansas. David Walker out of Central Arkansas. I love his film. I love his film. David Walker out of Central Ark. I follow him on Instagram, so that lets y'all know. When I follow somebody on the gram, it's for real. You know what I'm saying? When I follow you on the gram, Tuck is peaking. You know what I'm saying? So David Walker out of Central Arkansas, he's definitely one of those ones. He's undersized, right? 6 foot, like 263 or something like that, but his motor is just like, God, it doesn't burn out, right? And when I'm looking at defense, it is, I like my shit revved up. You know what I'm saying? I like my shit revved up, you know what I'm saying, and doesn't burn out, right? That if you're a defensive player, you watching this, and you're coming up in the upcoming draft, right? Now, wink, wink, next year, let's get it ready. Anthony Hill Jr., that's my shit. You see what I'm saying? That's my shit right there. You know what I'm saying? But when I watch defensive players, I want to see you on go from the first play through the end of the fourth quarter, right? And David Walker, bro, he is one of those ones where from Central Arkansas, he is just on go, right? I might even do the film on him. Like, it ain't gonna do no views, but shit, I want y'all to see this shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But he is on go. He is on go. So he plays with force. He's like he reminds me of like a pocket-sized Jarrett Verse. You know what I'm saying? He's like 270. He's like 6 foot 270, 275, like that, something like that. But he is, oh my God. It's like he's one of those ones. I'm like, oh shit, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? What do we have here? So yeah, man. I would say David Walker out of Central Arkansas. Tuck is the master at this draft stuff. Hey, bro, I appreciate you, man. Like I said, even though I joke and say I'm the wizard, man, like I just love doing draft, bro. Like I really need to do it full time. I've had some websites reach out to me, but it's like, maybe it's Dez, I don't know, but Dez is always preaching me about independence. And I'm like, if I'm going to work for a draft website, why don't I just build my own? And that's spoiler alert, that's what I'm doing right now. You know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to revamp CFO Sports' entire website. So if I'm going to be writing draft articles and scouting reports and all this, why not just do it on my own site? You know what I'm saying? So probably next year is probably where it's going to be, whereas like I'm not posting on Twitter and Facebook and Instagram. Like I'm doing all my own write-ups, my scouting reports, all my breakdowns and shit right there on CFO Sports, so you guys can just read it that way. But you know, I've had some people reach out to me like, oh, we would love to have you write for us. I'm just like, I don't want no job. You know what I'm saying? I don't want no job, bro. Like I want collaborative efforts. It's all about collaborating. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't want to work for people. I want to collaborate. So how about you take my draft video and you have a writer just take what I said and write an article about that, and we kind of work that way. You know what I'm saying? Something like that. JC, Tuck, be on it. Appreciate you. Tuck, any sleepers online we should be checking for in this draft? I kind of just went through a few. Like I said, centers, like I said, you guys know I'm big on Jake Majors. Really not a super fan of this center class, to be honest with you guys. We have Jonah Monaheim out of USC. Jake Majors. Well, Jake Majors will probably slide though. Drew Kendall out of Boston College. Besides that, nothing too sexy at center, but there's some good quality guards you can get as a late. And you could, I don't know. Shit. The Cowboys are experimenting. You can possibly turn some of these guards maybe into centers, right? Oh, did I say Miles Frazier out of LSU? Like Miles Frazier out of LSU as well. Yeah. So those are kind of my sleepers there, if you want to call them sleepers. I see you trade a first for a second and third or wherever the value is. And please, Dallas pick Shiloh Sanders at safety in the 6th round. I like Shiloh. Like I said, it'd be a cool story, but do you really want Prime lurking around? If you're going to draft Shiloh, shit, you should have just made his dad the head coach. You know what I'm saying? We could have just made his dad the head coach. T-Jack, you got an eye for it, man. Thanks, man. I appreciate it, bro. Like I said, I just love doing draft content. It brings me peace. JC, my dog in the building. What's going on with you, bro? What's up with you, my dog, man? Like I said, it's just the thing that I love about draft versus Cowboys content, right? I'm not pigeonholed to anything, right? So people can't say, oh, you just like so-and-so because you're a so-and-so fan. Like, you just like Travis Hunter because you're a Florida State. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't get that. So it's really just, I get to sit back, watch film all day, probably going to watch Daredevil finale here in a second. Go for a walk with my wife and get back on a little film. Nothing too crazy. Like I said, anything now is just refreshers maybe. Besides that, I'm chilling. But it's just football. It's just purely black and white. I'm not held to anything. And for this year specifically, having these kids reach out and bring them on my platform, it meant the world for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, it really just kind of enlightened me. That's why I was telling KP once again, man, like, he's thanking me. I'm like, I'm thanking you, bro, because like, shit, I enjoyed this. I really enjoy it where it's like, shit, I can't stop talking about it. You guys see it, bro. Like, my day gets better when I start talking draft content, man. Like, it's like, it lets me know that I'm really walking in my passion, man. Like, the amount of bullshit y'all saw me go through at the combine, I like 99.999% of people would have left the combine if y'all saw how I was getting spun around. I was exhausted, y'all. They walked me. I almost walked like almost 8 to 9 miles that day, getting spun around from building to building. And nobody could tell me anything. And when I got home or got back to my room, I called my mama Tuck. I'm like, I'm going home. Like, hell with this shit. Like, they're tripping. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not dealing with this bullshit, whatever. And she was like, well, just take it relax and just think about it. And I talked to you guys, went live and whatnot. And I kind of saw Patrick No Seal. Like, bro, they were in that building that I was in, right? And then once I found out how it goes, it was up. So next year at the combine, y'all, I'm going to smoke that shit, dog. You know what I'm saying? Next year at the combine, I already know how to lay out of land. I know security gonna give you the wrong directions. I know where to be, what the time, what the equipment I need to get. So next year at the combine is going to be up. So it's just one of those things. I just love NFL draft, man. Like, once you guys get to experience it, if you guys are content creators or media or whatever, it's like being up close and personal and seeing these kids' dreams come true is like, it's surreal. You know what I'm saying? And that's why it hurts, right? It hurts because it's like, you'll see a player do all this sacrificing, working their ass off day in, day night to get this opportunity to change the course of his family's future and in their future. And then they get to the NFL and it's like, oh, now you get 3 gun charges and sexual. It's like, bro, you pissed away 22 years of hard work to get to this point just to piss it away over some Instagram chicks. Like, that shit hurts. You know what I'm saying? Like, rest in his peace to Tyron Lacey, y'all, but like, he was talented. I mean, y'all seen the mocks. Like, how many times we say, oh, draft Tyron Lacey in the late round? Like, Tyron Lacey was extremely talented. And just making bad decisions, your life changed just like that. The same thing with Henry Ruggs. Like, I was like, damn, bro, like it's hard. But then also we have to remember, y'all, they're kids. They're kids. At the end of the day, these are kids. Like, and once you're around them, these are kids. There's kids that can run fast, jump high, and big as hell, but they're kids. And so once you kind of get that, that's why you never see me like harping on players and be like, oh, you an idiot, you're dumb, blah, blah. Oh, he's rapping, doing this. They are kids. As much as grown and as Micah Parsons is, Micah Parsons is only 25 years old, y'all. He's only 25. We talk about Micah, he should be behaving like he's 32. Micah is only 25 years old. Some of these prospects coming out are 21, 22. Like, I got kids almost that age. Like, my daughter's about to turn 21 next year. And can imagine the decisions my daughter tries to make on a day-to-day basis. Imagine someone dumping millions of dollars in her lap. She would lose it. She would lose it. My daughter got her financial aid for college, and she just went on a fucking frenzy. Now, I can't say anything because I did the same thing. It's like father, like daughter. But still, you see what I'm saying? She been traveling. I look on her Instagrams because, she's in school in Utah. You know what I'm saying? She's in Utah at the games, the BYU games. Then she's in Denver. You know what I'm saying? Then she was, I don't know where the fuck she was. Like Idaho or some shit. Like, she is just balling. And I'm like, that's your school money. Oh. Yeah. I need you to put that shit in my account. I'm going to pull it. Give it back to me, bro. Oh, but I need, no, because you out there, you got Starbucks and lattes and shit and your nails all done. And you know what I'm saying? You out there stunting with your school money. I need you to put all that shit back into this account that I set up for you. Because she got smart, right? Because she knows I have access to her account that I set up for her when she's in high school, like all my kids have. So she went and created another bank account, smart ass. No. Take the money out that checking account and put that shit in this checking account. And when it gets there, I'm snatching all this shit and I'm putting in let me know how much money you need. You see what I'm saying? No. You know what I'm saying? You soldier boy stacks on decks out there in college. Absolutely not. But that's my teenage daughter. And my son next year at KU is going to be even worse. But at least he's close to me, right? So they're the same age as some of these prospects. You see what I'm saying? So how can I judge and be like, oh, he's immature? Yes, he's immature. He's 21. A lot of us didn't know how to balance a checkbook at 21. We didn't know about the importance of credit at 21. I was doing stupid shit at 21. I was right. My thing was hot checks. I was a certified hot check writer. That was my thing, right? Back in the day when you could write hot checks, what a hot check is for some of you younger people means, okay, I got $10 in the bank, right? I already got my money, but I can go to the grocery store, buy a can of soda for $3, right? Write a check for $40, and they're going to give me the difference back in cash. And as long as I can get the money back into my bank before the check clears, I'm Gucci, right? I'm Gucci, right? You know what I'm saying? So I would do that. It's Friday night. I might got 10 or 15 bucks in my account. Well, shit, that's not going to get you to the club, Tuck. That's not going to get you right, bro. We need at least 50 or 60. You know what I'm saying? All right, well, shit, drop me off at the grocery store. I'm going to write a hot check. It's probably not going to clear until Tuesday. And I can go sell some DVDs or some shit at CD Trade Post and get the money back in my account by Tuesday. It will be good. Perfectly fine. Now, what do y'all think happened? I wrote the hot checks, went out Friday night, went out Saturday night, even went out Sunday, hung over on Monday, practiced on Tuesday. Did I put the money back into my account for no. Checks bounce. But I don't know. Checks bounce. Shit, they ain't said shit to me. So I'm good. Right? Next weekend, did it again, did it again, did it again. So when I graduated and left Emporia State, my Mama Tuck was trying to switch my bank account or whatever. And I had almost $4,000 in hot checks that I had to pay back for the bank in order for me to be able to release. And my mama said, "You dumbass fool. Do you not know you could have went to jail for this?" You know what I'm saying? She's like, "You could have went to jail for this." I said, "Oh, sorry, I didn't know." That was my response. "Sorry, I didn't know." $4,000 in hot checks. Just out there balling. Yeah. Out there balling. My roommate, D-Craft, he's from Houston, man. He wrote so many hot checks at the liquor store. They had a picture of his face on the wall like he was a fucking bandit or something saying, "Do not accept checks from this man." You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how many hot checks we were writing back then. You know what I'm saying? Because there was no repercussions. Shit. So we needed money. They had his picture on the wall like a damn bandit wanted sign. "Please do not accept checks from this man." But see, what happened at my college, they had a drive-through liquor store. It was a drive-through. It was the craziest shit. So even when I was like, I had a fake ID too. You know what I'm saying? I was doing dumb shit. So I had a fake ID. I was a freshman in college, right? So what I would do was, okay, cool. I had the fake ID in the drive-through liquor store, right? So if you wanted me to go make a beer run from you, I'll go make the beer run and I would tax you a percentage. So I was making money off of just doing all these beer runs. What y'all need? So I was like a goddamn, you know what I'm saying, liquor bootlegger out there. All right, so you need 3 cases of this. Keystone, I got you for 3 cases. Okay, it's gonna cost $32. So with that extra fee, I need 45 from you. Okay, boom, I got that from you. What do you need? Oh, I need the hypnotic. Okay, so hypnotic's gonna run you about $30. Okay, charter percentage. Okay, extra 15. So I was out there just bootlegging liquor with my fake ID, getting money out the ass, bro. Taxing the whole dorms. I was like Ghost of liquor because I had this fake ID that my homeboy, my best friend John, got me, right? Boom, I tried to go to the club one night and they had this stupid ass scanner, right? They're running these new scanners for 8 IDs. Bouncer's like, "Oh, it's a fake ID." Nah, it's not a fake. It's not a fake. It's a fake ID, right? So I'm like, "Nah, bro, it's not a fake. This is really me. It's a fake ID. It's like an Oklahoma ID, but it had my picture on it. It was a real good fake ID. Like, it was like flawless. It just didn't have the back scanner." So the bouncer was like, "It's a fake ID. I'm keeping it. Give me back my fucking ID, bro." So I snatched my ID back, pushed the bouncer down, right? And he's wanting to rumble, but I was on the football team. So when he acted like he wanted to rumble, everybody behind me was like, "Don't touch Tuck," right? So this and that. So he goes, talks to the manager, bulls. So then the police come and get me. And they're like, "We need to see your license or whatnot," right? And then my drunk ass not thinking, what do y'all think I did? Not hand the officer my real ID. I gave him the fake one on accident. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. You know what I'm saying? Damn, bro. Like, I was supposed to swap them and give him my Kansas ID, not my damn Oklahoma fake one, you big dummy. But I was out of it. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, shit. Oh, it was a fake ID. La, 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 la. It's a whole big thing. He goes and talks to coach. You know what I'm saying? I get in trouble. I got to run. Then Mama Tuck gets wind of it. Because Mama Tuck, like, she overreacts about everything, right? So she had a friend who worked at the prison here in Leavenworth, right? So she wanted him to take me to Leavenworth. Leavenworth is like max security prison, y'all. It's like where Michael Vick went. Like, it's max. So her friend brought me to fucking Leavenworth, right? And showed me what life could be like in prison for a fake ID, dog. It wasn't like I had guns and drugs and bundles and shit. It was a fake ID, but I had to go through Leavenworth and he walked me through a max security prison and all sorts of shit. Now, I'll say this. You want to talk about some scared straight shit? Hey, it worked. You know what I'm saying? It worked because I remember he put me in a cell, and when I heard and close, all right, dog. All right, cool. I get it, bro. I get it. Like that sound, the close. When that cell shut, hey, fuck, bro, it's a fake ID, dog. It was a fake ID. It was a fake ID. Yeah, I used to work for JP Morgan. That's what I started with. It was a fake ID, bro. It wasn't guns and bundles, man. So like, I remember walking through Leavenworth and it's like max security, and we're walking through like the yard, bro. And then like, it was me, and there was like a class behind me. You know what I'm saying? There's a class behind me, right? And then it was like there were some females in there. It was like some females in the class, right? So I'm going through with Jim. He's kind of walking me around. We're walking through the yard. There's another like class going behind me. And there's like some females. And for whatever reason, this girl wore like, I don't know, she thought she was going to the club or some shit, right? She thought she was going to the club. So she had her white pants on and all, she had makeup on, all dolled up, right? Bruh, when all them inmates was lifting weights and shit and saw her walk to the fucking yard, they started barking. They started, her, come here, ho. And they're like walking towards all of us. You know what I'm saying? And it's only my little security guy, Jim, and like one other girl. I'm like, bro, they're like swarming us. Like, what the hell is going on? Like, where is the real security, dog? Where's the real security? We about to get swarmed up. It's only 2 of y'all, and it's like 14 inmates coming right at us. Nah, cool, bro. I get it, Mama Tuck. I won't use a fake ID anymore, right? I learned my lesson, but I didn't deserve all that just for a fake ID. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, so once again, going back to what I was saying, I was doing a lot of dumb shit at 20, 21, and that was for $10 or extra $50. Imagine these kids having millions of dollars, everybody grabbing at them. You have access, you got all sorts of stuff. It's hard to handle. So once you kind of cover the draft and you're around, man, we didn't have no top flight. We had 2 people. Like we had 2. I had Jim, who worked there in Leavenworth, and it was like a whole class, like 15, 20 kids, and they had one person taking them around. And we're walking through the yard with a whole bunch of inmates grabbing their Johnsons and barking at us and walking through us and saying, they're like, back up, just back up. I'm like, what are you 2 gonna do? I'm like, what are you 2 gonna do, bro? We are outnumbered, you know? And then like I was walking through the cafeteria, right? And shit, it just is what it was. And then it's like the white Aryans, the racists were there, calling me the N-word. Yeah, y'all got it, bro. Shit, y'all got it, dog. You know what I'm saying? They were just shooting out the N-word and why you let this monkey in the cafeteria up? Hey, dog, y'all got it. Shit, I want no problems, bro. I am just here. I'm just here visiting, dog. I am just here visiting. I knew, hey, prison is not a place I want to be. So scared straight, I mean, I guess, but I didn't deserve all that for a fake ID. You know what I'm saying? For a fake ID. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. So if y'all want to scare y'all kids, bring them to Leavenworth prison and just let them go on a field trip. It'll probably work. It'll probably work. Bro, I'm not making this shit up, bro. Like, it's crazy. It's like prison. Nah, man, it's different. Now, of course, if you in there, you got to move differently, bro. But I wasn't even supposed to be there, bro. Like, I got my lesson. They took the ID. But see, what the crazy thing was, so my friend John, who had the fake ID, and his friend David, who was in Kansas, he was in Lawrence, right? He had a whole operation of fake IDs. They took David to jail for real. So he was like probably a year for making fake IDs or some shit. Because like I said, his shit was clean as a whistle, bro. If it wasn't for those new wave scanners, you couldn't tell the difference. You could not tell the difference. It even had the Oklahoma like little holograph on the shit. Those shits was cold. You know what I'm saying? And I was just shit in Emporia, feeling like Franklin Saint, getting everybody's alcohol, setting the parties up, bro. Buying kegs for people and also and charging a fee. I was the plug. You know what I'm saying? So, so long story short, man, these kids do stupid stuff. For all you kids out there making dumb decisions, don't end up in Leavenworth. Don't end up in Leavenworth, y'all. It is different. It like that's like where the Unabomber and shit is are. You know what I'm saying? Like the real crazy and crazy thing, like Leavenworth is probably like 10, 15 minutes from my house. You know what I'm saying? But that's where they are. You know what I'm saying? I was like, y'all could have took me to like a jail cell, like a little Emporia jail. No, they took me to Leavenworth. Nah. I've been in the same situation too. Tried scare straight shit with me and some of my friends of mine. That didn't work with me. My parents scared me straight. Didn't need prison for that. Yeah, bro. I'm telling you, like I still, as an old ass man, I still can tell you, goof. All right, I get it. Okay, cool. Let me out. You know what I'm saying? All right. I learned my lesson. I was probably in that cell for like 30 minutes. He just left me in there. I'm just like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? The plug, man. I ain't the plug no more. You know what I'm saying? No. It's scared straight, bro. It's scary. Like he left me in that cell for like 30 minutes, like by myself. And then because like you can't see anything once they shut the cell. Because it's not like bars like you see on bars, you see on TV. No, it's like a little glass window, like a little ass glass window. And I'm like, bro, Jim, what the fuck? All right, let me out, dog. Okay, cool. Sat on the bunk, and then I started thinking, well, damn, Tuck, you're probably sitting on somebody's bunk. Hold on. You know? What the fuck am I supposed to do? You know what I'm saying? Knock out some push-up. All right, Jim. Cool, bro. Dog. All right. You know what I'm saying? And I'm claustrophobic and shit. You know what I'm saying? I was like, bro. And I'm just sitting in there. He's like, this could be your reality. And he was like, now, next time, I'm going to bring one of them in there with you and see how that goes. Dog, we are doing way too much over a fucking fake ID. I get it. You know what I'm saying? But, nah, prison's not the spot for me. It sounds cool and so all you kids, hell no. Hell to the no. It is cool just being a normal ass civilian. Did I poop my pants? Nah, but I was getting frustrated because it's like, let me out now. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm in there for 30 minutes. Like, imagine going on a jail tour, even if it's for scared straight or whatever, and being trapped in a cell by yourself for 30 minutes. I was just in there. But he wanted me to get my, you know what I'm saying? He wanted me to get my thoughts right, get my act together. And shit, it worked. But I'm like, bro. He's like, that's only 30 minutes. Some people spend their lifetime in here. Okay, I get the story, bro, but that's not me. I'm in college, dog. You know what I'm saying? But it got that message across. Like, when you have people who go to prison or go to jail, and some of us, have family members or friends or whatever. One of my best friends been to prison. So he was in Lansing in prison. I got a funny, crazy story about that. That shit was crazy as well. But, they're never the same when they get out. Like, it messes up with you mentally. You know what I'm saying? It messes with you mentally. Like, you know what I'm saying? My good friends have been to prison. He's the most chill dude you ever met in your life. Like, he never gets moved by anything. You know what I'm saying? But now, even when we go out, he's been out for almost 20 years. He's always just looking over shit. You know what I'm saying? He's always just, oh man, I don't like how dude over there is standing. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's kind of like on Friday after next. You know what I'm saying? So it's just one of those things, man. And like, so funny story about that real quick before I jump, right? So he was in Lansing, and I remember I was going to go visit. I went to go visit him. I was like the only person to go visit him over here in Lansing. So it's like two prisons right by my house. You know what I'm saying? Not by my house, but close to my house. There's Lansing prison, and there's also Leavenworth prison, right? Which is the max security joint, right? So he was in Lansing, and I was like, yo, bro, nobody was visiting him or whatnot. You know what I'm saying? He went there on some drug stuff. I was like, dog, you my dog, man. You my day one. I'm going to come visit you, right? So I remember I used to visit him like 1 or 2 times. Yeah, Damon. You know what I'm saying? You are not in prison anymore, Damon. So I visited him like 2 or 3 times, right? Went there, get money, buy him some honey buns and shit. We would play cards, all sorts of stuff, kind of his vibe, keep his spirits high, talk about books, you know what I'm saying? Music and shit that I was doing. Kind of kept his spirit high. Well, one Saturday, I went to visit Tony in prison, and it was the night before I went to it was a Nas slash Damian Marley concert. So it was like Bob Marley's son and Nas. So they had a concert here in Kansas City that I went to. With a few of my friends backstage. So yes, it's a Jamaican concert, you know what I'm saying? So smoke everywhere. You know what I'm saying? It's a cloud of smoke, right? Everyone's putting lighting one in the air, right? It's Damian Marley and Nas, right? Fun ass concert, lit ass concert, right? So I woke up that morning, was like, yo, I'm gonna go visit Tony over in Lansing, all right? So hopped in the car, pull up, I check in, right, to go visit Tony. And then all of a sudden, like I'm walking past the dogs, because the dogs are sniffing you, and the dog gets on me, y'all, and it's just like not moving. Not moving. I'm like, all right, bro. You know what I'm saying? All right, cool. So I'm still trying to register and everything. Dog is like locked and loaded on me, right? And I'm like, what the fuck is going on with this dog? You know what I'm saying? So I'm like checking my pockets, like I ain't got nothing from last night in my pocket still, so I'm straight. You know what I'm saying? So I'm starting to get paranoid. Even after I registered, dog is locked in on me. So security comes over and it's like, hey, are you visiting? I'm like, yeah, who are you visiting? I'm like, yeah, I'm visiting Tony. Boom, 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 boom. Are you on his, I'm on his visitor pass list, all sort, you know what I'm saying? And he's like, do you mind coming to the office where we can talk to you for a minute? And I was like, all right, cool. So they're like, yeah, we have the dogs on you. And unfortunately, they are smelling drugs on you heavily. And so in order for us to let you visit, we are going to have to strip search you. I said, Tony, I love you, dog, but hell no. I said, no, sir. No, sir. Nah, I'm good. I was like, nah, I'm cool. I was like, listen, I went to a concert last night. That's probably what the dog is smelling. But you are not about to strip search me so I can go play Connect 4 with my homeboy. I will catch him next weekend. Nah. Nah. They're like, well, typically we would still have to search you. I'm like, listen, bro, I ain't strip searching. You know what I'm saying? So just let me go home. You know what I'm saying? They're like, well, do you have any contraband? I'm like, I had no contraband on me. No, nothing. Here's my pockets, bro. Everything. But you are not about to put on those gloves and strip search me. I'm a civilian, dog. I was just at a rap concert last night. That's it. You know what I'm saying? That is it. Like, okay. And then finally, like, they brought like a sheriff. He came and talks to me, explains everything. Like, listen, I ain't got nothing on me. I was just at a concert last night, bro. Jamaican concert. Trust me, I'm not trying to smuggle nothing inside my cheeks inside Lansing prison. I promise you guys that. You know what I'm saying? So finally, the sheriff's like, well, just go home and make sure it doesn't happen again, bro. So I go home. Of course, Tony's sitting there like, wait, like, where the hell is Tuck? And finally comes like, bro, what happened? I was like, dog, I love you, bro, but I am not about to get strip searched for you. He's like, dog, what happened? And he was like, bro, they smelled loud on me. You know what I'm saying? It's that dog sniffing me and shit. They brought me to his office and was telling me to strip down. They were going to search me. He's like, yeah, that's fucked up, bro. They do that to me every day. Nah, prison ain't the place for me, dog. He's like, yeah, man, prison, they do that to me every day, dog. Nah, it ain't the place for me, fam. No, sir. Nah, I'm cool. I think I'm cool. I'm gonna pass on all that, bro. He's like, yeah, every day. So it's like when we have these, every time I get done meeting with you, we have to line up. They take us in the room. We gotta strip naked. God, that shit's not cool, y'all. That shit sounds cool on rap music and all sorts of shit, y'all. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. No, sir. Nah. Absolutely not, man. So story time, nobody kind of just, people probably chime in like, what the hell are they talking about? You know what I'm saying? Like, I try to join in for draft talk and Tuck is talking about spreading them and stuff like that. But that's why I like these improv shows, because it's life. It's life. You know what I'm saying? it's life, man. And football. We talk about football. We talk about life. I just love talking with my people, and hopefully, someone can learn from this. Maybe there's some kid out there watching this about to do some dumb stuff. It ain't cool. It is not cool at all. You can pretend to be tough, right? It's all cool being tough out here. In there, it's different. You know, my arrogant ass is going to visit my homeboy Tony in Lansing. I got on some brand new J's on and shit, thinking I'm trying to be cute. I'm trying, you know what I'm saying? Knowing in prison, bro, they'll make you walk around barefoot for them J's. You see what I'm saying? Cleveland's like, you're right. I just logged in. Yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm sitting here walking around Lansing prison in some brand new Jordans, knowing if I was inside those walls, they are probably trying to make you run them shoes and walk barefoot as soon as you got in there. You see what I'm saying? So, nah, y'all, like, it's unfortunate these kids get out there, they make these mistakes, and, so hopefully someone caught this show like, damn, I don't want that shit to happen to me. I don't want that shit to happen to me. Come for the draft commentary, stay for the stories. Yeah, you guys gonna know about undrafted guys. You guys gonna know about David Walker. You're gonna know about wide receivers. You're gonna learn about cornerback market. You're gonna learn about mock drafts and all sorts of stuff. And you're also gonna learn about prison. What other community we gonna get that from? We can learn about everything. You know what I'm saying? So somebody come and clip like, oh yeah, man, I was watching Tuck's live and Tuck's been in prison. No hell, man. Nope, no sir. No sir. You know what I'm saying? So bend over and cough. Used to be a CEO, hated that job, fam. Bro, I imagine, dog. I can imagine not only getting that done to you, but having to do that to somebody. You know? No. And it's like and the mindsets of people in prison, it's just like we would sit back and me and Tony would be playing checkers and stuff and like playing Connect Four, but somebody losing hand of cards over here and they're ready to fight over a card game. Or, you know what I'm saying? So then it's like, okay, you can't have cards no more. And then it's like, I would get my homeboy like honey buns and like Snickers and all sorts of stuff. And he's like, keep it on the low, bro. And I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, keep that on the low. It's like, so when you go get the food, like, just tuck it. I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, bro, tuck it under your shirt. I'm like, what are you? He's like, because if people see that I'm getting a bunch of like honey buns and shit, moving forward, they're gonna try to make me run that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, don't let people see how much you're getting me. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Being a good friend was a lot of work. You know what I'm saying? It was a lot of work being a stand-up friend, bro. So I would go get my card, buy some honey buns, buy some juice, buy some Skittles, buy some Snickers, and tuck this shit under my shirt like they don't know that I have a pouch full of Skittles under here, or tuck it in my coat and hand him the shit under the table, and he would eat like one Snicker. I'm just like, this is way too much, dog. But that's just how life was for him. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't let them see I got all these honey buns and shit stacked up because they're going to try to make me run it, bro. I'm going to have to fight for this. And I was like, dog, he's like, yeah, bro, you got to fight for honey buns. Like, people got their ass beat for honey buns and all sorts of commissary shit. I was like, you know what? I think I'm just going to go back, live a normal life, get a job, get married, have kids, mow my lawn. Things I like doing now. I like going out on my deck, reading my books with my dog. Simple ass civilian life. You know what I'm saying? Like, hell no, that street shit is not for me. Nah, you know what I'm saying? So thank God I never had to experience it, because it can drive you insane. Back to draft talk real quick. Hopefully Genty convinced Jerry to move up because he's a Frisco kid. Genty had wrote a letter today or something like that saying that, why teams should draft him. I don't know why he did that, because I think teams already know. But, I like Genty. I think it's going to be special. I would love it. And, Jerry and the Cowboys, they do need a jersey seller, because Micah's already been sold out, right? Dak is old. CD is CD. So they could use a jersey seller, and Genty would be a jersey seller. Lakers versus Wolves tonight. I'm anti-Lakers, man, because they robbed me. The Lakers should be in prison for what they did to us Mavs fans and robbed us. So I'm going with the Wolves, man. Hell with the Lakers. They robbed us. Um, over a honey bun. You can lose your life over a honey bun. Over a honey bun. Now they're the frosted ones with the white, not the regular honey buns, but they're the frosted ones with the white frosting. You see what I'm saying? So, I mean, they are good. So I might have to squabble up for my honey buns. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, Nico. Yeah, Nico robbed you. Yeah, Nico robbed it. They colluded. Like, put Nico in jail. Put all of them in jail. You know what I'm saying? Put all of them in jail. Yeah. Bro, Lakers only took what y'all gave them. Don't hate the hustle. Hey, bro, if an old person called and was like, I want to give you these gold coins or whatever that's worth millions and millions of dollars because they're just disoriented, don't know no better. And you're like, yeah, I'll take it. And what do you want? Just a ride to the store or some shit like that. Man, you are grimy for taking that old man's coins like that. You know what I'm saying? So when Nico called, like, yo, I want to trade Luka for Anthony Davis, the Lakers should have said, all right, bro, I see what you're saying, but I wouldn't even do you like that, dog. I know you're mad at Luka. I know he's out of shape. I know he's hurt right now. I ain't going to do you like that, dog. And because you got to live without my conscience that I robbed Nico blind. Robbed this man blind for Anthony Davis. For Anthony Davis. Oh, but Tuck, Anthony Davis, bro, it's Anthony Davis. I watch football or watch basketball. Like so, case in point, you guys see the way I do draft stuff? I used to be like this when it came to the NBA draft. Like, I was on basketball heavy, right? So I know Anthony Davis. I mean, he beat Kansas in the national championships. I know who he is, bro. That's not Luka. That's not Luka. It's not Luka. It's not Luka. He's an older player, always injured. And we saw the difference when we played versus the Lakers in Dallas. Luka put on a show. Anthony Davis was non-existent. We got robbed, bro. We got robbed. Tuck, I'm giving him a ride and letting him sit in the front. You gonna steal that old man's coins? Y'all wrong. Y'all are wrong for stealing old people's coins, man. Y'all wrong for stealing old people's coins. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Y'all wrong, bro. That's how people do Jerry when he called. It's like some old ass man. Yeah, I'll give you guys a 4th round pick for Trey Lance. 49ers like, yeah, hell yeah, we got us a sucker right now. We got us a sucker. Yeah, we'll do it. You know, took advantage of that old man. Knowing that he needs a power of attorney. You know what I'm saying? Knowing Jerry needs a power of attorney, they went ahead and took advantage of the elderly. Y'all seen that movie, The Beekeeper? With Jason Statham? When this tech company takes advantage of this old ass lady and robs all of her bank accounts and robs all, you know what I'm saying? That's how they did Jerry, bro. That's how they be robbing Jerry in the draft and also in trade markets. And get his old ass off the phone. You know what I'm saying? Jerry probably get him everything when it comes to like social security numbers and all sorts of stuff. They told me that my computer had a virus, and so I signed up. Jerry, get your old ass off the phone talking to these people. You know what I'm saying? We all got older grandparents. You ever just like hear your grandparent be upstairs or you pop up to your grandma's house? You be like, Grandma, who are you talking to? Oh, it's a bill collect. Grandma, get off the phone with those people. You don't even have that bill. Well, they said that if I don't pay, they're going to turn. Get off the phone with these people. For someone who's worked in finance from large majority of his years, I used to see so many old people get taken advantage of. Facebook, you know, little Facebook scammers from Africa and call and say, "Oh, I'm in need and I need some money. This is your granddaughter. I need some money." Well, how much do you need, Mary Beth? I mean, whatever you can do, Grandma, but I can really probably need maybe it's like 100,000 to get me back on my feet. Okay. You know, I used to see clients get cooked all the time. You know what I'm saying? I had a client once, she got cooked by the African dating people, right? So she thought she met a boyfriend from Africa that was sending her like fake photos and shit. And then said that, he wanted to come and see her. But in order to do that, he needed some expenses for travel covered. And he also needed, so she sent him $200,000 to get him from Africa to Kansas City. And I said, shit, you could have just hit me up. I would have took you on an amazing date for 50 bands. So she sent this man $200,000 to help get him from Africa because she had fell in love. And then she comes into my office because she was a client of mine and was like, did I make a mistake? And I was like, yeah, you did. And she was young. She was like, probably like 36 or some shit like that. So it wasn't like she was like old and, like she was like 36. Like I knew a few guys I probably could have for a whole lot cheaper. You know what I'm saying? Like they would have spun her around for a whole lot cheaper for 200 grand. She's like, well, we've been talking for almost a year and, he was in the military and, all this stuff. I'm like, this is a scam. So I had to help her reach out to the FBI and the police and all sorts of stuff. Because she got scammed. That's Jerry Jones when he picks up the phone. Hey, I just sent a 4th round pick to San Fran for Trey Lance. They get scammed? Yeah, you did, bro. You just got scammed. You know what I'm saying? You just got scammed. Well, no, they told me that he had some Yeah, bro, you just got scammed. You just got scammed. You just got scammed, Jerry. We got a lot of creating to do coming up to like 8 more days. Yeah, bro. It's game time, right? It's game time. But I enjoy it, right? Because I feel like it's you do a slow jog gearing up to the draft season, right? Then the draft hits here, we explode. Then it's breaking down what we got, and then it kind of just fades away a little bit. So yeah, I love it, man. I love it. So the UDFA guys, and shit, I might do it for other teams outside of Dallas, to be honest with y'all. Who are you linking up with at the draft in Green Bay? Just me as of right now. Y'all know I'm Mr. Solo Dolo, word to Kid Cudi. So just me as of right now. Just going by myself to get the coverage. Eventually, I do need to either hire somebody or bring somebody with me because I do need a cameraman with me for these events because I'm tired of holding everything. And it makes it so much easier, right? Where it's like, I could just go get the interview, go talk to Amari Hampton, and Dre, you're filming it. So I ain't got to worry about having everything set up and all sorts of stuff because I'm doing everything to the one-man show. So eventually that's what we'll grow into, where I might just have a staff with me at these events, whether it's a Super Bowl. Super Bowl, I'm probably going to have a staff this year, depending. But draft-wise, yeah, because it makes things a whole lot easier. Definitely would do it on my other channel. That's what's going to be fun. Yeah, bro. I'll be running it up, bro. It's going to be fun. Like I said, JC, you like me. You played the game, bro. You like keeping everything just pure, just talking ball and just keeping it is what it is, right? I hate kind of being in this Cowboys fan box, right? Like, I can do a whole lot of other stuff besides just being Cowboys. Detroit did it big. See what Green Bay got. Yeah, I never been to Green Bay. I never thought I would go because it's kind of complicated to get to, but I found a way to get there. So like one, the hotels are like super expensive. But also I'm staying in a town called like Appleton. I think it's like 30 minutes away from outside of Green Bay, right? Because trying to stay in Green Bay, like Motel 6s was going for like $7,000 or something. Like I wasn't gonna do that. And see, the thing was, like I told you guys, I wasn't originally going to the draft, right? But then the NFL reached out for me last minute and was like, are you coming to the draft? And I was just like, I mean, shit. I mean, I guess so. Like, oh yeah, And so they resubmitted everything and approved CFO Sports to cover the draft, man. So like I said, it's just, I wasn't really planning on going, but anytime the NFL acknowledges what I do and what we do in this community and wants to approve us and ask for us to come cover the draft, I mean, shit, it's hard to say no. Now, did they pay for it? No. You know what I'm saying? But it was awfully odd I got that email. I was kind of like, oh shit, I'm like, I had to double check to make sure I wasn't getting scammed, right? I was like, no, they're like, oh yeah, because they did the combine, because I didn't even apply for the draft. I didn't apply for it because I wasn't going. I was like, I'm saying it's cool. So I did the combine, and so they reached out to me, and yeah, so extremely honored. Like I said, I love the draft. Excited to be in Green Bay. Hope it's not too cold out there. But I'll be indoors for most of it. But probably like day one, I'll be in the workroom, Radio Row, and then day two, I'll probably do a lot of stuff like outside amongst the fans and all that stuff. And I think I'm not sure if Mark Holmes is going. I have to call Mark and ask him. But yeah, I'll probably be out amongst the fans and stuff, and maybe getting some interviews like that on day two. But yeah, it's fun. If you've never been to a draft before, I always tell people go because it's free. One, is free, and you get to see fan bases all over, right? So you'll see like Dolphins fans, Bills fans, Eagles fans, Commanders fans, Chargers fans, Cowboys fans. So it's just like a whole vibe, and it's completely free. So next year it's in Pittsburgh. I will be there in Pittsburgh for sure. Um, I'll be in Pittsburgh. But I also want to go to the Hula Bowl, the Hula Bowl as well. It's in Orlando, so I still didn't get to the Senior Bowl. But the hard part is like they have all this shit stacked up. So it's like Super Bowl, right? So it's like, no, was it? It was boxing. Yes, I had boxing, I had the Benavidez fight. That was the same weekend as the Senior Bowl, right? Because I remember I watched the Senior Bowl while I was watching them in the press room at the boxing event. So it was like Benavidez fight, boxing. I was the MGM. Then it was the Senior Bowl, so I couldn't go to the Senior Bowl. And I remember I came home for 2 days and turned around, went to the Super Bowl for a week. Was at the Super Bowl, and then, so it's like they have everything kind of crammed up. Like I really wish they would like spread things out a little bit. Because I don't want to go from the Senior Bowl to the Super Bowl. But Super Bowl next year in San Fran, I'll probably be out there full week. Maybe for the full week. And come back on Sunday for that. And then it's like, okay, then you have the Hula Bowl, combine right after, and then the draft, right? And then everything kind of falls off. So the draft will probably be my last football event for a minute till the Cowboys schedule comes out. We'll figure out what's going on. But shit, if I would have known, even though I'm not a wrestling fan, I would have took my ass to Vegas this weekend and went to WrestleMania and covered WrestleMania. You know what I'm saying? Because when I covered WrestleMania, that was during the Super Bowl, right, in Vegas. Yeah, so when I covered WrestleMania, when I covered that event where like The Rock and all, like I didn't know what was going on, but those wrestling people were turned up to the max. They were turned up to the max. And I was like, okay, it's kind of a vibe. You know what I'm saying? It's like, all right, Tuck, since I know Skywalker is doing a wrestling channel. But to be honest with you guys, if you want Tuck advice, right? If you want a sport to cover, combat sports treat you like royalty. You know what I'm saying? The wrestlings, I haven't got the chance to do UFC yet. I'm really not a fan of UFC, but UFC and boxing, they treat you like royalty, right? It's not a lot of work that has to go into it because they need the exposure. Wrestling don't need exposure, right? But UFC fighters do. Boxing, those fighters need exposure. So it's like you don't have to pull teeth to get interviews and stuff like that. Like they kind of naturally come to you. So it's like, I probably have a much higher chance. What I'm saying is I have a much higher chance getting a Tank Davis interview than I probably would a Dak Prescott interview. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, or a Travis Hunter interview, right? So it's like one of those things where it's like boxing, it treats you good, but I tell people like, I really don't have the time anymore to like casually watch sports like I used to. Like somebody asked me about the Lakers and Wolves, like I can't even tell you who's in the NBA playoffs. I haven't even been sports betting because all these sports books they on my ass and trying to limit me and ban me. So I'm kind of cooling out for a little bit, kind of laying low till football season. So yeah, so like I really don't get to watch casual sports. Like I said, I'm about to jump off this call right now and and to go watch Daredevil. You know, that's when I get free time, downtime. I'm not crunching film or whatnot or doing content. It's like Daredevil, Raising Kanan, or just chilling with my wife and kids. Man, get with Sky, No C, and KD. They're doing wrestling. Okay, that's gonna be dope. So those two, yeah, those three, they're gonna cook up, man. So I think that's definitely gonna be dope. Like I said, I don't really watch wrestling like that. I used to watch wrestling like that, but I got away from it. But I see why a lot of y'all watching wrestling. Y'all ain't got a lot of me. Y'all ain't got to lie to me. It's your boy J Tuck. Unc, if you want to call me big bro, whatever. Y'all don't have to lie to me and act like y'all are just watching wrestling for the entertainment. No, sir. No, sir. I know what y'all watching for, and it even got me watching too. What's her name? Ray or Ripley or some shit? I don't even know her name, but I'm a fan. Follow her on Instagram. You know what I'm saying? I followed her on Instagram. You know, I didn't even know what she when she came out, everybody went crazy. Crazy. Then they call her like mommy or something. I was like, who is that? They're like, you don't know who that is? I was like, nah, but tell me more. Shit. I don't know who she is, but tell me all about her. Oh, she's the champ. She's a all right, cool. Whatever. Followed her on Instagram. I need a sit-down interview with the champ. You see what I'm saying? I ain't see back in my day, we had Sable. My girl was like Tori Wilson. You remember Mrs. Hancock. Mrs. Hancock, you know what I'm saying? The Nitro Girls. Like I came up under that shit. You know what I'm saying? So, but even with that, it's an abundance of what y'all got. What's the other chick? Oh, I forgot what her name was. Yeah, she's another yeah. So y'all ain't got a lot of me, bro. Y'all do not have a lot of me about why y'all watching wrestling. Oh, I like the storylines. I like the fighting. I like the. No, you don't. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got a lot of me. And like, it's okay to be honest. You know what I'm saying? It's okay to be honest. Like, I hate when people lie in front. Like, I hate when my wife or women act like, oh, Michael B. Jordan is just such an amazing actor. And I just love Creed and how Creed was written. No, it was, you don't like Creed like that. You just like seeing Michael B. Jordan prance around and sweat around and Jonathan Majors sweat around with their shirts off. It's okay. You don't have to lie to me. Keep it honest. My wife, oh, I really just like the Creed movies. You don't like the Creed movies. My wife has never even seen Rocky. My wife has never, ever seen a Rocky movie. So what do you mean you just like the Creed movies? No, you don't. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got a lot of me. I get it. I get it. Trust me. I get it. I get it. I think Cardi B is a horrible rapper. Love the videos. Meg Thee Stallion can't rap for shit. My favorite rapper. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got a lot of me that, oh, I just love Michael B. Jordan in this role. And I just a huge fan. When she asked me, when's the next Creed movie coming out? Because I was watching, because I'm also getting ready to watch Magazine Dreams with Jonathan Majors. And so I love Jonathan Majors as an actor, just as a person, right? She's like, so she saw me watching some stuff on Jonathan Majors the other night. She's like, when's the next Creed movie coming out? I can't wait. You don't give a damn about no Creed movie. You don't give a damn about no Creed movie. Do you even know who Creed was? You know about his father? You know what I'm saying? Do you know about Ivan Drago? You have no idea who these people are, nor do you care. But I'm not gonna, bro. Everybody had the Little Kim poster. And everybody had the Adina Howard covered. And y'all remember from No Limit, everybody had the Mercedes cover as well. You see what I'm saying? I can't name you one song off Mercedes' No Limit album. But I can tell you that cover. You know what I'm saying? I can tell you the cover. We all got the cover. Remember when No Limit used to come out and used to put all the upcoming albums that were coming out in the back? First one he goes, Mercedes. It finally did came out. It did come out. It was trash, right? It was trash. You know what I'm saying? When Drake said, and your sister probably got it for the cover, a lot of us got Mercedes' album just for the cover. You know what I'm saying? We got it just for the cover. That was it. And put that shit on mute. You know what I'm saying? And put it on mute. So you ain't got a lot of me. So listen, y'all ain't got a lot of me while y'all into wrestling. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I just love The Miz, and I just love... All right. Yeah. Anyways, yeah. Okay. The Miz, that's your dog, right? You know what I'm saying? Cody Rhodes, that's your guy. That's who you love, right? I get it. The tribal chief and all that shit. All right, I got it. I know what you're really here to see. And like I said, mix that with Vegas. I don't know why I'm not there right now. I should be in Vegas at WrestleMania right now. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is, man. So, yo, appreciate y'all, man. My dog Angry in the building, man. Everyone for tuning in. Like I said, continue to subscribe to the channel, like the content, share the content, let everybody know. I dropped the Kendall Paul film session today. Go check it out. Go check it out. It's not me. Because I was saying, when it came to KP, right, everyone's now jumping on the story because of the 429 or whatever you're in, right? Right? Everyone's jumping on it now because it's a trendy story. But what I wanted to show y'all, oh no, he's a football player too. You know what I'm saying? I saw the football stuff before the 429. Like when he came on my show, we did the interview, that's when he declared he was going to run the 4.2. And I was just like, all right, dog, you know what I'm saying? We'll see. You know what I'm saying? But he said on my show he was going to run a 4.2. He went out there and ran it, but I really want you guys to see the caliber of player that he is. He's a really good kid. I think it was a former teammate of Lose as well. So good kid, hometown kid, and the Cowboys are interested in him, but a lot of teams are as well. So I appreciate you guys for tuning in. Tomorrow we will go live in the actual studio. Got my internet back up, but I got to connect some stuff back in there, and I don't feel like moving all those cords around, so I'm being lazy today. So we'll probably go live in the studio tomorrow, and we'll do some mock drafts and all that fun stuff. So I appreciate you guys. Want everyone to stay safe, stay blessed, stay encouraged. And it's almost draft time, and let's get Dak some help. Peace.